PTFooty podcast. I'm your host Peter, and I'm joined by Sam,
Hello.
Kevin,
Hi, hello, hola, how's it going?
special guest Richard,
Hola to the Pain Protista number 2 here.
and Cynthia.
Olá, benfiquista. There we go.
Right. So, she was a popular request by a lot of people, so we brought her on, and I hope y'all enjoy that.
Thank you.
It should be a fun one. So we're gonna start off with the least interesting game of the week, and we're gonna start with Sporting.
What is it, you? I'm definitely going to be outnumbered on this one. It's not a good thing.
No, you're not, because they want you to win, so you're not gonna be outnumbered.
True. Good point.
Yeah. So Sporting beat Setúbal away with Gelson, William, and Bastos scoring. With Patricio in goals, Keloto, Quat, Semedo, and Marvin across the back. William, Adrian in the midfield. Gelson, Bruno Cesar, Alan Ruiz, and Bastos. Obvious question, Sam. What did you think of the game?
Before I get into the game, something you missed in the intro was just happy Easter to everyone out there. I hope you all had a good Easter. So,
I
yeah.
didn't want to trigger anybody that didn't celebrate Easter. No, just kidding.
Okay,
I
then
completely forgot.
I hope you had a nice weekend. There you go.
There you go.
The non-religious. Okay. So I thought the game was pretty good. I thought we played really well. The only thing I had like a problem with was the referee. I'm not saying that he made bad calls or anything, but just he didn't really let the game flow. And it was one of those games where literally, when someone went on the floor, the ref would blow the whistle. And it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like stop and start, and he just doesn't get the chance to get good momentum, especially in the first half. I noticed that a lot.
Yeah.
Gelson, Dost, and William Carvalho, of all people, scored. Bas Dost keeps adding to his tally of European goals. About to be, I reckon, the most in Europe if not, injuries happen. But Messi obviously is a very good competitor towards him as well, and obviously in a much better team. So who knows what's going to go with that one. If you do have any suggestions about who will finish top scorer, tweet the podcast or even tweet me if you want to. What else have I got on my list? I've got Bruno Cesar. I slate him a lot, to be fair. I've called him Velio Cesar. I've called him... What else have I called him? I've called him a lot of names.
I don't
Let's
know.
just say that.
You did a Crying Jordan.
The Crying Jordan. And I call him old a lot of the time. But he has stepped up in the last few games. I will admit he got 2 assists last game against Setúbal. And it's good going into the game against Benfica that he's been in top form, so I hope it continues. What else have we got about the game?
I mean, the first goal, I think you should mention that, no? I mean, it's kind of big thing.
Gelson, a pickpocket, I guess you could say. In basketball terms, that's what it's called anyway. Stealing the ball from the defender, defender.
It wasn't even a steal. He just... I don't know what was happening there. He just basically...
I think the Setúbal defence fell asleep. Bruno Varela sort of fell asleep. Well, there was not much he could do about it, really. But, the Setúbal defenders fell asleep. I also got to mention Alan Ruiz's assist was a very good assist to Bas Dost. Them two really form a good connection. And hopefully it continues for the rest of the season, especially against this next game against Benfica.
Because that's every
Hope
time...
not.
There you
I hope
go.
he does.
Shut up.
And if you've listened to the podcast, you would have heard my dream. Hashtag the dream.
No.
Your dream stinks.
That is.
It's from Tangled, I swear.
You love to use that gif on me.
I love that GIF. I love that movie. I'm sorry. I got the kids at home, so that's what I do is watch Disney all day.
So I also said on Twitter, there's a dream and there's a goal. The goal is to finish second. Hopefully that is probably the most realistic thing at the moment. But the dream is to somehow hope Benfica and Porto step up and win the league. So that's all I've got on the game, to be fair. I've got a few rumours. Bastos linked to Marseille. Not going to happen. And Rui Patricio again linked to the French clubs, but this French club was unnamed. So
Unnamed.
an unnamed French guy.
But do you think it could happen?
The Patricio one, maybe, not the Bastos.
Why
I
not?
heard Marseille was the team.
Yeah, that's what I saw was Marseille.
Yeah, I've heard
But that's
Marseille and
for
Monaco as well.
Bas.
That's for both. For both.
Oh, okay. Why don't you think Bastos can happen?
I just think he'd want to go. I don't know. I just don't see it. I can't really see him in a Marseille shirt after a season he's had. No, I don't mean it in a bad way, but just like he want to go to a Champions League club. I'm not sure. I don't keep tabs on that league, so I'm not sure.
No, I agree with you that he might not want to league because being Sporting, they like to talk a lot. So maybe he'd want to prove, yeah, we can win it, right? And I don't mean that as a slight. Come on, guys. I'm being serious.
I get you.
If they come close, eventually having all the top scores do something sometimes. But sometimes no.
The problem with that is, does his ego get bigger if he becomes the top European scorer? Does he want more money? All of these things come into a factor. So,
I mean, to be fair, JJ's ego is bigger than Sporting, so.
Yeah, but that's why he gets paid a lot.
Yeah, but he had no money with him coming in. No problem with him coming in.
I heard there's a possible return for Voswinkel. I don't know how to say his name.
Please no.
Voswinkel? I don't know.
I liked him the first time.
Yeah, Voswinkel.
He was awesome.
I liked him the first time, but then I saw him in England and one goal in like 20-something appearances.
I mean, Mitroglou, Fulham, and then Benfica. Can't really compare.
But then Van Wolfswinkel's gone to Real Betis and has done nothing there. He's gone to some team in Holland. I think it's Vitesse, and he's not done much there. So
you should try.
Maybe it's our style of play.
Exactly. Maybe. And I did forget about Insua as well. Said one day he'd want to return to Sporting when the time is right. But
we'll see when that time comes. We'll see when
it comes.
Probably we'll see. I mean, you forgot like Did you mention Marvin? Like I think you completely.
Oh yeah, sorry. He's so irrelevant that I just forgot.
Bird. Poor guy.
Sorry, Marvin.
He made the Netherlands squad, mate. Come on.
No wonder it's so bad if he can make it. That's why they're doing awful. There were two players risk of suspension, I believe, and that was Gelson and Marvin. And Marvin did pick up a yellow, which was a needless yellow, so he'll miss the game against Benfica. The possible replacements at left back could be my favourite player, Ricardo Ezagayo. Bruno Cesar.
Two of your favourites.
And probably Jefferson. Jefferson looks probably the most likely, I'd assume. But
we're gonna see Bruno Cesar get completely destroyed by Salvi. Never mind that. Scratch that. No, just kidding. But I mean, if they don't play Jefferson, you're gonna miss it.
I don't know. I really don't like. It's choosing between two. Like, I don't think he'll play Bruno Cesar at left back after the form he's been in at the left mid position. So it's between Ezagayo and Jefferson, which is like choosing. I don't know. I can't think of two bad things, but
it's choosing between Ilazil.
Ilazil's good.
Yeah, right. Come on.
It was just better than all Sporting fullbacks, except for Schelotto.
That's not hard, to be fair.
I know. I'm making a point.
I probably think your under-19s left back is probably better than ours, but hopefully that's a position we can improve in the summer.
Go Papseco, like
always.
Cynthia knows it. All right. So is that it you got on Sporting game? Because we're gonna touch on the derby after.
Yeah, just one more thing is that Sporting scored in their last 12 games. Let's hope we can make it 13 on the weekend. So,
I don't mind if you make it 13 and lose. Can that happen?
It could. I prefer 13 and a win though.
But you'll see my score predict, and you score. You do score, so you get 13 goals. But I won't spoil the
positives in a negative situation.
That's not too bad. Not everything's bad. All right, so we'll move on straight up to Benfica because I know everybody wants to get to that Braga game. that almost everybody watched. But Benfica were the first team to play this week. They played on Friday against Marítimo, where they won 3-0 with Luis Martins' own goal and Jonas scoring twice. The lineup was the following: Ederson in goal, Semedo, Luizão, Lindelof, and Grimaldo across the back, Feza and Pizzi, Rafa and Salvio on the wings, Jonas and Mitroglou, and Cynthia. What did you think of the game, Cynthia? Why don't you tell us?
I was happy, mostly. It's kind of tough. I'm going to be honest with you right now. And Sporting and Porto in the background there, shut it. But this entire season, I love Rui Vitória. I love him. Don't even get me started. My son is named Rui, not for him, but I love that name, so I love him. And I get so mad when I don't understand his coaching style sometimes. And you can even go that way with JJ. I remember JJ so often. I was like, stubborn old man. He would just not do what the fans wanted, right? And so Rui Vitória does the same thing for me. And so sometimes I'm like, I don't get it. And obviously there's a lot of frustration because we're Benfiquistas, we expect the best. And you're not always able to get the best out of the players. And sometimes the coach, we're going to blame him, right? So when you see a game, yeah, they won, but you want more, right? You want to, as Mario calls it, a spanking. It wasn't a spanking, right? So, and then it leaves the door open for the others, right? And luckily, the others tripped up the door, so they didn't get in.
Yeah, I gotta make the obvious question here and ask you about Salvio.
I like Salvio. I feel really bad for him. Like, do you guys remember when he got, like, he was the magician for how many seasons? You know what I mean? Like, I love the guy, and it's just, it sucks that he's not going back to that. It's kind of like the club, right? He's doing exactly what the club is doing. We know he's capable of more, and it's not happening.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should get dropped, but I mean, we touched that so many times.
Hate. No.
What?
Don't drop him.
That was a nice one. All right. So what I thought about the game is I don't agree with Cynthia. It could have been better, but at this point, is to not suffer, basically. So to me, being 3-0 up at halftime is like the greatest thing on earth at this point. And I'm saying that for me and for Kevin and Richard. The feeling is mutual. If you can be 3-0 up at this time, that's all you ask for at this point. Doesn't matter if you played well or badly, right? The heart can't suffer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eventually you have a heart attack.
Oh God, Benfica almost got a lot of them because of Benfica, but that's for the story for another day.
That's why we're red, right? It'll block the blood. It's like Daredevil, right? That's why I wear red. Or no, who was that? Deadpool? I wear red so they don't see the blood.
I'm loving all these references. Yeah, it wasn't a great game, but I mean, we got the 3 points. That's all that matters. Jonas scored twice, ended up picking up a knock during that game. Went off. Rafa was really good. Grimaldo was back to his normal self, it looks like. Feza was decent. Mitroglou had a poor game. Happens to everybody, and Salvio is still Salvio, and he's probably gonna score against Sporting, as we all know that's gonna happen, and yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. We all know he's gonna score. But it is what it is.
Bastos?
No.
Oh, hey,
He can.
Stop
He
that.
can if he doesn't mind scoring against Sporting. Like I said, I mean, if he wants to, I don't mind. I mean, it'd be the greatest Bastos goal ever. So
It still counts towards his goal tally, right? He'll still get the golden boot if it's an own goal.
We should tell him that. Hey, Bastos, if you score 5, it counts towards your goal boots.
I don't think he would. He just doesn't look like he would to me. It'd have to be accidents.
No, he'd make it look like an accident, but it wouldn't be an accident. That's Bastos' style.
I'd be screaming Colinho like Kevin was this weekend. So
And today.
no offense, Kevin.
That's
let's
fine.
not, we'll get to that. Oh my god. But all right. I don't really want to touch upon the derby just yet. But Cynthia, are you confident going into that game or nervous, like very nervous?
Into the sporting game this weekend?
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't play, so I can be nervous for the players. But I'll let you know right now. I was super happy that we got that win. And sorry, Kevin, I'm happy that Porto didn't get the win because it gives us a bit of room. Because I'm so sorry, but Sporting are insufferable. If they are the ones that cause some sort of cock block and they get the points on us, oh my God, insufferable. I like you, Salty Sam, but sometimes you come out salty and it makes me so mad.
There you go. There's your nickname.
I had
Salty
to.
Sam.
I think that Benfica might even go and try to go for the tie, which will actually work not in their favor because when you try to go for the tie, you usually lose. So I kind of feel like the Porto game is a little bit of a game changer, being that they tied. So Benfica might go a little bit more relaxed, just going in for the tie. So I mean, that's my
The
perspective.
loss keeps Porto first place tie with Benfica. No big deal. But we'll get onto that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we're really just going to dive in straight up into this Braga Porto game because I know everybody's been dying to, even though somebody just dropped out of the call. Whoa!
Oh, it's the one that wanted to dive in. What happened here?
Almost everybody fell out of what the hell happened? It's just me, you, Sam's gone, everybody's gone. All right, people, we got some.
Well, guess what? That game was clean, limpingo.
You say that before
He's not
Kevin
there.
gets here.
Exactly.
Crap. Oh, there you go. See, you were fast enough. You're fast enough. Kevin, you didn't hear what Cynthia said, did you? Kevin. Okay, everybody joined.
All right, I'm here. It kicked
Okay,
the Porto fans
there
out.
we go.
What
It kicked
the hell?
everybody out. It kicked
And me.
you out. It kicked
Okay.
It was just Benfica minute. It was beautiful.
I don't know about
I
you,
know.
Kevin, but I smell some Felinho here.
I do too.
Like
It's all a conspiracy.
Like Cynthia said, limpingo.
Right away, as soon as you guys dropped, I was like, the game was limpingo. They can't say anything about it. They're not here.
Yeah, we were gonna move on, but then you guys just came in like, oh god damn it. No, that was quite hilarious how everybody just dropped out of the call, and I'm just stuck here with Cynthia, and I'm like, what?
Stuck here with me. How
not
dare
in a
you.
bad way. I never said that was a bad thing.
I am stuck with you.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and cry in that corner if you don't mind.
So you meant it in a good way, Peter?
Yeah, I meant in a good way.
I'm telling Mario.
Me too.
Oh god. All right. Well, let's get on into the Porto game now.
All right, everybody. Kevin's gonna start yelling. Turn down the volume.
Put it up.
Salty Kev. That doesn't work.
No,
Patches,
it doesn't.
Salty patches.
Cry baby
Salty
Kev.
patches.
No, that's not nice.
Somebody
We're gonna
needs
have to come up with
nickname.
something.
Yep. At the podcast and when you come up with something. So Braga scored first with the what's his face? I forgot his name. Pedro Santos, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then they could have scored again 45 minutes in, but he missed. And Suarez was the one that scored for Porto, so game finished 1-1. Casillas in goal, Maxi, Felipe, Marcano, and Tedes across the back. The new Andre, Oliver, Brahimi, Andre Silva, and Suarez. Kevin, if you don't mind, I'm gonna let Richard take reins first, and so he can share his thoughts on the game.
I think that Braga started really well in the match. The first half was all them. They dominated. Getting the early goal was really hard for Porto to recover from that. They did react a little. I don't know. They didn't react well to the first goal. Then you had that penalty at the end of the first half that thank God he missed, because that was gonna be the end of the game for me. I think I would have turned it off at then, but but it was a clear penalty. It touched his hand, so I'm not gonna argue there. The second half, Porto was like another team dominated the whole second half, but Braga didn't even show up. And the substitution he made, putting Corona in, the game changed completely. They were, so many chances. Luckily, we got the corner kick goal from Suarez. I think there was a little bit of controversy on some of the calls, but we could get to that later.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to get to that later because Kevin's going to touch upon it.
Got your ass.
I think Andre Silva suffers from Raul Jimenez syndrome. I don't know if you agree with me on that or not.
What do you mean?
All right, so the Raul Jimenez syndrome is everywhere on the pitch, but not inside the box.
Oh yeah. I mean, with this game, I would have went for the 4-3-3 instead. I don't know why Nuno decided to change the formation. I mean, if you look at what they did with Benfica and what they did with Sporting, they went with the 4-3-3, and it worked out. And then the one big game that we have against Braga, he decided to change it to a 4-4-2, which didn't really make any sense. I knew that Corona should have started. I think that if he had started, we probably would have won. He could have got the yellow and been out for the next game. I mean, good thing he didn't really get the yellow card and miss the next game because we lost Brahimi to some bullshit. But we'll get into that. But yeah, Braga did start the game off well. There was a couple of controversial calls, like Rich said. That penalty would have definitely sealed the deal. And I was covering the game on the podcast account when I said that Pedro Santos handed Porto a lifeline, and that was the complete truth. So, luckily he missed. We came back in the second half, and like Rich said, Corona came in, definitely changed the game like he always does when he gets subbed on. So, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do for the next couple of games. I would like to see Corona start on one side, along with either Jota, Otavio, or Teixeira. I would prefer Teixeira on the wing, and it sucks because Otavio got hurt and then he kind of lost his spot on the starting 11. But yeah, I mean you can use Jota, but I prefer Teixeira. But
that's bold, very bold.
I know it is, but he's underrated in my opinion, and I think he deserved more of a chance at Porto than what he's had in the preseason. He was one of the best players that we had on the preseason, and I don't understand why sometimes he's not even called up to the main squad. He's just he won't even be called up at all. He'll just sit out on the stands there and watch the team play, which sucks. But I mean, what can you do?
Hold on. So because I gotta get back what I was thinking. I was thinking about something completely forgot. So I'm gonna let you guys talk about the game. I'll figure it out. Talk about the ref. I'll figure out what I was gonna say.
Well, I was gonna say that I kind of feel that Andres Silva doesn't really play well with Suarez up front on the 4-2-2. He does do better with the 4-3-3. But still, like I feel like Espírito Santo has to go with either one or the other. So, but they do score a lot of goals when they're together, but they just don't really click really well.
Yeah,
that's my.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's like common among Porto fans that André Silva just hasn't been playing well since Suarez came along. But let me try and talk through the game and see if I remember what I was going to say. So I don't think... All right, there we go. I figured it out. So Rich and Kevin both mentioned the fact that Porto were dominant in the second half. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because the extra time came along on this Real Madrid game and I ended up watching that. But from what I've watched in 30 minutes of the second half, I didn't really see many chances, like blatant chances by Porto. And not even in the first half. Is it fair to say that you guys lacked creativity or Braga were defending quite well? Because it looked like all chances that you guys had were, in the end, half chances, like the ball gets blocked or the goalkeeper gets the cross. It never looked like you had like one really big chance.
I'll let Rich take this one first.
Well, I mean, I think like I said, the first half was really bad. I mean, Porto seems like they didn't. I think the starting lineup was a big factor in the tactics that the coach put in. So like the 4-4-2 was a little weird going in that game. They needed wingers, and the first half they were missing attacking on the wings. So that's why the big factor in the second half was when Corona came in and he changed the whole dynamic of the game. And Porto were attacking much more and doing a lot more crosses and creating more opportunities in the second half.
Kevin.
Yeah, and they didn't have like clear scoring chances besides that Danilo chance, which I don't know how he even missed that. I mean, there was a couple of things he could have done. He could have chested it down and then shot it. He could have headed it better on goal, or even better. I don't think he realized it because I don't think he could have believed how alone he was and onside he was. He could have chested it right across. I don't know who was on the side of him. I can't remember, but there was somebody on the side of him. If he had chested it down to them, they would have buried it. And I mean, that's basically the only real chance I could think of besides the goal that they had. But they did play good, and they kept possession and got a lot of crosses in, but nothing really.
Nothing really too dangerous.
Brahimi missed one on the with his header too.
Yeah,
I
was gonna mention that, but he completely shanked the header, so it wasn't even a real chance.
Yeah, the Danilo one was a lot better. It was like a play that they looked like they practiced too.
Yeah, I think like that Danilo one, that was beautifully designed.
I saw actually some design plays. Okay, I do agree with you guys. I saw a couple when I was watching the game. But Porto really, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to. I think we're gonna move on a little bit to the referee here, because when I was watching the game, like I told you, I watched like 65 minutes of it. You guys could have gotten a couple of yellow calls, or like on Braga players, but I thought that overall he had done a good job calling fouls, because you guys had several opportunities from close free kicks right outside the box and just didn't make any chances with them. I remember one that Alex Telles just shot off the bar, and there were a couple more. What do you guys think it's missing at this point? When you were so good in set pieces, and you still are, but couldn't take advantage of all those free kicks you were getting.
You can go, Rich. You can go whenever you ask a Porto question. You can go first. I'll just follow up.
Sorry, I was eating an apple.
That's all right.
I'm sorry. What was the question again, Peter?
Basically, I was saying that some people, and mostly Porto fans, obviously, there's a couple of shady calls where, yes, he could have gotten a yellow to a certain player, but I thought that overall the referee did a good job calling the fouls, and Porto had several fouls just outside the box, very dangerous free kicks, but they couldn't take advantage of them. And I asked you guys, why do you think that's happening?
I think the problem was, I think I saw a stat on Twitter about like this match that it was the match with the most fouls ever in the game for the Liga NOS this season. So it was just weird to see like some of the Braga fouls. Like there was one on Tej that like that should have been like a straight red card. So
I saw that. That was nice.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I understand like the fouls that we did get a lot of fouls awarded, but I think that the ref should have given like started giving like cards, like a yellow card in the first half to control the game. He didn't really have much control of the game, and then when he was trying to get control of the game, it was already too late, and he was ruining the flow of the game and everything. Like I just think that the referee could have handled the game a lot better, and especially at the end with the whole Brahimi situation. I mean, who gives someone a red card? He's on the bench.
I mean, that one's.
The director for speaking French.
I'll share my thoughts on that a little bit later. But can you answer my question now, Kevin? Since Rich already, I think he's in.
Well, wait, one before you go, Kevin. At least we didn't punch anybody, though. I gotta say that.
That's a great point.
This game.
Oh, City's Oh, city's starting. All
I'm
right,
not
this is
eating
gonna
an apple. I'm listening.
All right. Yeah. Oh, is it about the free kicks, right, Peter? Just so I don't lose
Yeah,
my
yeah.
train of thought. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Tellers one that was like right on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
I think Brahimi should have taken that. He probably would have scored that. That's like his like sweet spot. Um, Other than that, I mean, I gotta agree with what Rich said. Um, there was a dirty tackle by a Braga player that should have been a red. Pedro Santos, I don't know how the hell he didn't even get a yellow that game, let alone finish the game. Brahimi gets a direct red for speaking French, which, in my book, where I come from, that's called discrimination. It's no different than I say something in Portuguese to my boss at work, and he doesn't understand what I'm saying, and he tells me to go home because I just spoke Portuguese. I mean, it's the same exact thing. So I don't get that. Braga players got away with a lot of dirty tackles that weren't counted for yellows. I understand that the yellow counts were kind of even. But to
And
get
I
Philippe,
mean, and to be honest though, the Fleet one, I'm sorry to cut you off. They were similar fouls. I think sometimes it's just dependent on the player, because you see how he jumped the gun straight up to yellow card Felipe, which in my opinion was a good decision. There's no two ways
for the
about
first
it.
minute in, okay. And what
Yeah.
about the Braga
Hold
players that
on.
did worse? Like Pedro Santos, he forgave him so many times because the ref is a joke. The ref's a clown,
Kevin.
and I know exactly where he came from.
Kevin, I didn't even finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
Philippe was rightfully yellow carded, and Pedro Santos should have seen the yellow when he stopped Andre on the counter. I was gonna say that, but you don't let me finish.
Well, you got me going.
Because he didn't even let me finish. But I mean, I could see like he gave a yellow to a certain player because of the certain position he plays, or because sometimes they know what players are more prone to foul, and maybe that's what he thought was best for the game. Like, let's yellow card Flip straight away, so he doesn't foul as much. I know he likes to foul a lot, for example, but I really think that the two plays that you should have talked about and nobody's talked about is the two elbows that Brahimi got hit by, and nobody mentioned those.
Oh, I was gonna get there. I'm trying to think of everything that happened. So he can get a red card for speaking in French, but that son of a bitch elbows him in the face, and it's okay, not even a yellow. I don't even think he gave a yellow. Wait, I think one of them he did. I don't really remember. That goes to show you like the amount of bullshit that came from Hugo Miguel, Mr. Macron boy.
I mean, I really wished I would have gotten to the final bit of the game where supposedly every portal bullshit happened. The only thing that I saw was Maxi grabbing the guy's throat, and that's obviously a red card. I mean, obviously, I didn't get to see the Danilo challenge that everybody says should be sent off. Even the Spanish Portugal page said that, and I didn't see the Brahimi thing that he should have been sent off before he got on the bench. What I will say is that Brahimi story is very, very weird. That I'm sorry that I'm skeptical to believe in Dragões Diário. I'm sorry. I just don't buy the bullshit that the referee would send somebody off for speaking French. It just doesn't. I don't understand that. I don't agree with that. I don't think referees would do that, to be honest with you, because of the amount of BS that happens during a game.
Can I make a comment about that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I think that regardless of language, when someone uses certain body language, or regardless of language, no, but when you make certain postures, and especially their tone, and if this was at the end of the game, I didn't see it either. I'm sorry, Kevin, I'm going off of hearsay and all the stuff here, but if he was at the end of the game, he's going to be pissed off. If he's angry and just starts yelling, then the ref is just going to construe it how he wants, right? So I don't think it's whether or not it's French or Portuguese. You know what I mean? It could have been English. Like, if you're going to start screaming at somebody, they're going to understand that you're screaming at them, and that's not, hey, come over to my house later for Saj, right? So
yeah, sometimes, but a direct red though for saying something of you even know what he said.
I know it. I didn't see it, and I want to know. I want to know all of it.
You don't see anything, Cynthia. He's on the bench, and Suarez just got a yellow. Brahim is on the bench. All you see is the ref coming up to him and sending him off. You don't see what happens. But I just find it extremely difficult to believe that a referee would send somebody off for saying nothing, because they hear a lot of BS during games. They hear just if the referees were to give a red card for everybody that said bad things about them, the game will never finish. So,
or even people that just, how many of all the team's guys, they always throw their hand up like, oh, vai fudir, right? Whenever they do any calls, they stop the play, vai fudir, any of that. Everybody would have yellows.
Exactly. So, and I'm saying this, for any player that gets sent off the bench. I'm sorry if it's hard for me to believe that you didn't do anything if you get sent off that way, because I think referees are that's the one thing where the referees are actually, kind of good at, is that they let players get away with a lot of stuff that they talk about. And only when it reaches the limit is when they send somebody off. So sorry if it's hard for me to believe that he said something in French that he didn't understand and he decided to send off Brahimi. I'm sorry.
I guess
well, they also have headsets, right? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rich.
No, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, for me, it's just hard to believe that they gave him 2 games suspension for this, and like with the player, the Samaresh player, they have the images and they don't do anything about it.
I figured that out. I'll talk about that because it's a different type of process. Cynthia, go ahead.
I was just going to say, they've got the headsets. So what if the fourth, is he the fourth one, the one that's near the...
Yeah, it was the fourth ref. Supposedly it was the fourth ref that heard everything that Brahimi said.
No, exactly.
It told the ref to send him off.
Because seriously, guys, where did and I'm not trying to put you down, Kevin, but there are some Porto fans that have been aggressive towards refs. What if he's hearing some stupid stuff and then, later he likes to say it's French to try and get out of it, but what if he's actually being a real dickhead? Like, safety, these guys have lives too. They got to go home.
And I get that, but what if he really was speaking French? You got to take that into consideration as well.
But what happens when Luizão is on the referee's face and they don't
exactly
do nothing?
That's what I'm telling you, Richard.
We're missing something. They're not telling us.
We get away with a lot of stuff. Players get away with a lot of stuff. That's what I'm telling you, Richard. Luizão gets in the referee's face and doesn't get sent off like several other players. That's what I'm telling you. Is whenever you get
I do
to
agree
a
though
point
with Richard's point that he said about Samaris that I know it's a different process, but they have the images. They've seen the videos. It's different.
Okay, hold on.
Shouldn't be.
I'm gonna get this out of the way. I do not
Yeah,
agree.
it's because he got a red and Samadis didn't. I know.
I do not agree with the system. Let me just start off by saying that, okay? But the system is when you have images, you put a file in for the federação to look at, and they will analyze it, and the player will get suspended. What's even worse is that they take a long time to make that suspension, and even after that, you can decide, hey, this isn't right, he should be suspended for this amount of games, so the whole thing gets suspended again, and he's still allowed to play. That is a whole bullshit system. I agree, if you have the images, you should just be able to ban them for 2, 3 to 4 games, whatever. It's done. But we can't put in some money. Exactly, but we just can't.
Or the system should be like, keep them off until they have made a decision, so you don't get to play until the decision's done.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
You don't get thrown into jail until the court's done with the judgment.
Exactly. That also works.
We'd have no players.
Yeah, but that also.
And I don't mean Benfica. I mean the league. We have no players left.
I know. I figured. No worries. I got it.
But in the same token, though, can I just say something real quick, Peter, before you move on to the next thing?
Yeah.
No.
From a couple years ago.
On, so.
All right, whatever. But a couple of years ago, the whole Hulk in the locker room incident.
I missed him so much. How much more fun was our league?
That's when it wasn't too bad.
Guy? Oh my lord.
Things are out of hand now.
It wasn't.
Oh, it's CME.
Going back, finishing 5th place and 6th place.
It was great for us.
And 11 points behind Porto with stuff. No, it wasn't. But go on, Kevin.
So yeah,
the tunnel incident.
How long did Hulk get suspended for? 6 months?
Like 6 months.
He's your guy. I don't know.
And
yeah, he
I
missed
don't.
like the
I'm
whole
just.
season.
I'm just trying to see if Peter pays attention to this kind of stuff. So 6 months suspension. And how long was he after it was all said and done? After he got suspended for 6 months, what did the league come out and say? Oh, we made a mistake. He was only supposed to get suspended like 2 or 3 games. Like, are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Like, are you kidding me? This league is such a joke.
I got nothing to tell
Come
you.
on, but you're going to talk about the league being a joke when you got an entire trophy, because weren't you guys in the same garbage as wasn't it Boavista? And they got relegated, and what'd you guys get? A little slap in the face. Here's the trophy, anyways.
What
bye.
about the trophy that Benfica stole from Sporting?
What about the trophy?
Stole?
What about the trophy that you guys won with an offside goal? Blah, 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 whatever. Let's reset.
What about all those penalties? Yeah, with Cardozo.
See, here's the problem. It's the league, because then this is just a big circle.
We don't have any
What about you? What about you?
You guys see what Sam just said? He's just like, we don't have any trophies.
We don't. I can't argue. We don't have any trophies.
Hey, you're gonna get a golden boot. Maybe you could put the golden boot in the beautiful
the dream
big
is
glass
still alive.
one that BBC
I
did.
mean, maybe Bruno Carvalho would say that that's the 23rd championship that Sporting won, because
Can
apparently
you
y'all
imagine?
got 22.
He could.
Yeah, he's just gonna go ahead. And
I hope he does.
Bastos Golden Boot is Sporting's 23rd title, and also the 50th title of the season. Congratulations,
Peter, let them have it. Gosh, you're such a hater.
No, I'm just having fun. Come on, what the hell? Come on, Cynthia, you should be on my side. Well, I guess
Never.
All right.
Bias Peterson the hooligan.
If I'm a hooligan, then what's you?
I think
Then
the
what
whole
am I?
pod are hooligans.
Yeah.
I'm a passionate Porto fan. Very passionate.
Passionate.
All right.
Very passionate. I'll defend my club
That's
to the death.
fantastic.
I gotta get back to my point. Okay.
You have
the
a point?
suspensions. Yeah. Before Kevin interrupted me. The suspensions work differently, as y'all know. Brahimi getting 2 games is not that big of a deal if everybody got 2 games. That's the issue. I think it should be as it is on amateur football, where amateur football in Portugal, at least in Porto, if you get a straight red, it's 2 game suspension. It should always be that way. I don't know why they changed it whenever you go pro. I think it's stupid. But I mean, Messi got 4 games in Argentina for whatever he did to a referee. Brahimi gets 2. I mean, I guess it's not that much of a difference. It could be suspended for just 1 game, but 2, whatever. Like, is it really a big deal? I mean, it is, because you guys are going to play Chaves. Let's be honest. That's the only reason why it's a big deal.
Of course it's a big deal. He's one of our best players. So, I mean, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because you're going to play Chaves. Nobody was worried about Feirense.
Nah, I'm not worried about Feirense. I'm not worried about Chaves. I'm sure we can get this.
Yeah, just like you thought you were going to win 3-0 against Braga.
Did I knew we were going to get robbed? No.
Oh my God.
Braga gets 1 penalty, controversial penalty. Braga gets,
What?
and it was a penalty. Listen,
It wasn't
not controversial. I'm sorry. Like, an important play like that, like a penalty. Like, Braga has a shot for a penalty, which it was, and they give it. And then Porto has like 2 or 3, and the referee looks the other way.
There's not even one.
Looks the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that lucky that we get the other team scoring goals for us, because then we'd be like.
Oh, because we control.
I'll bend it over and take it.
We control own goals now. Jesus Christ, Benfica controls everything.
Then why are we doing so poorly? What the shit?
Poorly, you're in first place.
We should be winning.
Sweetheart,
the league for
find the, like,
points.
You gotta make it realistic.
Come on, yeah, no realistic. If we were in charge, it'd be like a superhero running the race, man. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, we win now 34 games. I mean, 30, at least 30 games.
No, I'd
It's
go
all
for
good,
all
though.
of them.
Yeah, we'll get back into first. Right, Rich? Well, Sporting's going to win.
Your
And
dream
you know what?
stinks.
I'm going to tell you something right now. If Benfica goes to Sporting to tie, which no one Benfica, they've done this before towards the end of the season with trying to get a draw, especially at Porto. I know, but they play scared. Listen,
no,
Sporting.
we're winning the rest of these games. Shut it up.
Just like you guys played played scared against Benfica.
Yeah, you came into our house to tie.
Yeah, but Sporting's
how do you
actually
like
been
it?
playing well.
I don't know.
Yeah, Sporting hasn't playing well.
Ties.
But if Sporting can win against Benfica, we're taking first. We're gonna light it up against Feyenoord, so we're gonna take first. We're gonna work
You
on our
guys are
goal differential.
besties, eh?
Ferenc are gonna beat Benfica.
All I'm saying, right?
Porto.
If Sporting beat Benfica, who's gonna stop? Who's gonna stop Sporting in the rest of these games? We're on
Thank
the
you,
form of our
City.
career.
That's right.
Too late.
Watch
It's
out,
not too
Kevin.
late.
You're
Think
not.
about
You're
it,
not. You
Kevin.
guys are frenemies. You don't realize.
Think
Too late.
about it this way. If
I will keep rooting for Sporting. They have a chance for second, so that means that Benfica go third place and Portugal be first, right?
Whoa,
Exactly,
whoa.
that works.
I mean, whatever.
just the games that Porto and Benfica still have are still very difficult. We've still got Braga to play as well.
Sweetheart,
But
you're
if-
Sporting. All of your games are difficult.
No,
Aw.
Easiest one is Saturday.
I expect that
Come
from
on.
Peter.
They have
It's
Bas
not-
Dost, though. Bas Dost is the
Oh,
best.
yeah.
Come on.
Listen, not
I mean, the same
every game.
Bastos
Fine.
that never
Give it
showed
Bastos.
up in the Dragão. I mean, I'm pretty sure that
The
Felipe
Bastos
and
scored
Marcano
against
still have him in the
Benfica.
pocket.
Jonas has never scored against us.
Oh, you mean the Sabi
You
that
leave
scored
Jonas
against
alone.
Sporting?
I said
Ah.
Jonas.
He's
I
gonna
know.
score on a penalty.
You know what? That'd be so fucking cool.
Jonas Piscinas.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
That's a good one.
You know what? If Benfica, I swear to God, if Benfica wins with a penalty that wasn't a penalty in a Jonas dive, I will text the Jonas Piscinas picture that Sam dad has every day. Adam, every day I would add his dad, send that picture every day to the end of his life.
Well,
There
that's
you
why
go.
they don't like you there, Peter. Like, jeez. Oh my lord.
Benfica better not win this year. They can't win this year because I have a bet. I'm a man of my word. If Benfica wins, I have to dress up the Benfica gear and
Oh, Krizu. Red looks good on you, Kevin. Red looks
No
good on
way.
you, sweet.
I look good in blue.
God. I'm gonna
No.
see Kevin in a Benfica jersey. Oh
No,
my
not gonna
God.
happen. Sporting's gonna help me
a
out there.
Jonas Benfica jersey, sweetheart.
And I'll get Jonas scuba diving set for Christmas if Benfica wins this year too.
You know what? I hope they put that in the store just for you. Make some money off it.
They should make those. I'm sure Benfica fans will sell them. Like in the summertime when you go to the beach, life jackets, scuba gear. You know what I mean?
It's a
Have
little
Jonas on the
mergulho.
back.
I just want to go for a mergulho.
Yeah, just want to go for a dive. All right. I mean, that was a nice transition. Though. We just moved straight up into the derby just like that.
Yes.
I didn't even notice that transition. Good job, guys.
Until you mentioned it and ruined it.
Nah, it's all right. I'm gonna let you first go, both you Portistas. What are your score predicaments? I don't know what that was, but I'll take
That was me saying your green.
I'm gonna go with like 2-1. Sporting wins 2-1. 2 goals from Bas Dost.
Nah.
I'm gonna go with 3-0 for Sporting.
These guys, like they say, the podcast sonhador, só sonhas.
No,
drinking the-
Bas Dost.
You're
On the brace.
drinking some Kool-Aid there, Kevin.
Só sonhas.
I think it'll be
Sonhas
3-1.
muito alto.
Not 3-0, 3-1 maybe.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Sonhas muito alto.
You gotta give him a penalty because you know Benfica's gonna get a penalty. So.
Yeah, that's the one, the Jonas dive.
Cynthia.
Paulinho, thank you very much.
Cynthia, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with 2-0 for us, and
Okay.
Bas Dost is gonna miss all his little shots. It's gonna be great.
Sam.
In all honesty, my head says 1-1, but my heart says 2-1. So I'm gonna go with my heart and say 2-1 Sporting.
The heart knows best.
Dream stinks.
Straight up 3 guys with a 2-1 scoreline. Sign me up. 2-1 Benfica. Just like the first time we played you guys.
Did they announce the referee yet? No.
No.
Is that the game that we had two handball calls that weren't
Shut
given?
up. None of them were handball calls. Come on.
They were a
Yes.
handball, dude. Come on.
Oh my god. We're not getting
Jesus
back into
Christ.
this.
He's so biased. Unbelievable.
Don't call
Oh.
him biased, Kevin. We all know you're very biased too.
A little bit. I can admit it. A little bit. He doesn't admit it at all, though.
A little.
He's a hooligan, too.
Oh, look at that. He's just calling me names. Yo, City, control this like a kid. Come on.
You should see him at a Guimarães game.
I'm going to put you in a timeout. You're both going to go to a separate corner.
He started it, though. Come on.
Don't make me come in there and finish it.
All right. I mean, seriously though, as a more neutral, as the neutral as you guys can get, both you Portistas, who do you think has the advantage coming into this game?
I'm gonna try and go at this, Kevin, as neutral as possible. I think Sporting has the advantage, to be honest with you, because just the form, just because the form how they've been playing, they've been doing well. It seems like the team is playing well together, and with Alan Ruiz and Bastos, and even Bruno Cesar is playing really well. And now with Cedric coming back, I think that
What?
Isn't Cedric coming back?
Adrian Silva, bro.
I mean, Adrian Silva. I'm sorry. I get them confused for some reason, but Adrian Silva, yeah. With Adrian Silva back, they have more weapons at their disposal, and I mean, I really think Benfica does have a chance too, but I like I said in the beginning, I think they're gonna go with the mentality of going for the draw, and that's gonna hurt them.
I agree, and I my turn.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. So yeah, I think Rich is in my head. I mean, what a great fellow Portista here. He thinks the same exact way that I do. He may not be like as outspoken about it as I am, but he definitely has the same thinking ability as me. Yeah, Sporting is
except for you being a Patriots fan, but we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you.
So what team do you like? I hope it's not the Seahawks.
It's the Giants.
The Giants.
Oh God, even worse. Oh my God, and especially the season when we went undefeated. Anyway, now we're drifting. He definitely hit it right on the head. I think that Sporting are in great form. Benfica is going to try to be a little more cautious because they know that a loss will snatch away first place from them. But I caution you, though. If Benfica gets a draw against Sporting, because I don't think they're going to go for the win, Benfica has a game at Rio Ave, and they have to go to Boa Vista. So I caution you in that
And
Rio
you guys
Ave
have
game.
to play Chaves. And you guys have to play
I get
Marítimo.
that, but we're not talking about that.
Moreirense.
Listen, that's not what the question was. The question was, who has the advantage? Was it not? Benfica has the advantage with the Colinho, but I think that Sporting has the better advantage with being in such great form.
Hold on, Sam. I'm pretty sure it's not what will win in the derby. What?
I started tweeting something out and then I changed it. Oh, I'm gonna keep up anyway. You know what?
We know what he means, you big hater.
Oh my God. I'm correcting people. How's that hating? No, but God damn it! I completely ruined my own train of thought. That's great. Kevin, what did you
were
just,
fighting with
say?
Kevin.
Yeah, what did you just say? What was the last thing you said?
That we have Colinho. Come on, man.
Yeah, Benfica has the
before the
advantage with
Colinho.
Colinho. Oh, I was just saying that Sporting is in great form, basically.
Okay.
He was also telling us our schedule.
Right, I
for those
figured
of us
it out.
that don't know.
No, I figured it out. I decided to not bet against Benfica after what I did against Porto, because we completely outplayed Porto, and I think the same can happen against Sporting. I mean, I'm not gonna bet against Benfica anymore. Just no.
So you think Sporting will draw against you then?
No, I'm saying Benfica's gonna win.
But you said you outplayed Porto, but you drew. That's not outplaying Porto. Outplaying a team is 4-0 or 3-0.
You outplayed Porto and lost.
Yeah, and I'm not claiming we outplayed them. You're claiming you outplayed them.
No, you all know. Whatever. Salty Sam.
He's correcting you,
I'm
salty
not being
Peter.
salty.
Everybody's being salty. Nah, but all right, Sam, do you agree with them and that you guys got the advantage coming into this game?
I don't really think either team has an advantage, to be honest. But I disagree with both their points saying Benfica will play to draw. I actually think they'll play to win because they want to increase the gap to Porto by as much as possible. So I think it'll be a really attacking game, to be fair. So,
I
like
mean,
I said,
let's be honest. Sorry to cut you off. Is
That's
that
fine.
agreeing with your point? If Benfica wins this game, Porto have straight up back-to-back 2 difficult games. If they drop points in any of those games and Benfica wins theirs, it's basically game over on the championship. I don't know how you want to put it in any other way, but the truth is that one. At least in my opinion, that's the truth, because figuring it out, when Porto got back-to-back difficult games, they drop points on any of those. I mean, Benfica's got a straight path to the championship. They just got to do what they've been doing. And
that's why I think they'll try to win and just keep the lead to max points as possible.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I honestly can't see them playing to draw.
And Cynthia, I didn't ask you, who would you think has the advantage going into this game?
Sporting have the advantage. We have the points on the line, and I'm sorry, Sammy, you might want to mute it or just take the headphones out for a couple minutes. I don't see them winning the league. Like, come on, guys. So them playing for the win, that's just for them to have the damn rights to not second. Sorry, Mario's distracting me here. They're just playing to be able to say that they cock-blocked us, right? We took points from you. We took points from you. That's all they're gonna do, right? We stopped you from taking the championship. Okay, but you also came in third, so what the shit, right? So that's all Sporting wants.
It could be second.
I don't know. I had a dream.
Or you could be second, but really not.
I just had a dream that Sporting's gonna win, and instead of JJ on his knees, it's gonna be Vitória. I don't know why I got that image in my head.
Oh, Rich, but only JJ goes on his knees.
Oh, okay.
No one else does that, sweetheart. Doesn't matter what color shirt he's wearing.
I have one of Carilla missing an open goal, just like Brian Ruiz did last year, so that gif will go viral. Yeah. There you go.
That's my favorite gif. Poor Sam. You get that one a lot, don't you?
Or every day, honestly. I
know, because I like it every time.
I know how much that sucks, Sam. I know how much
I don't think you do.
I do, trust me.
Oh, you get the Seattle ones. Yeah, the Seahawks and then Tom Brady. That's a whole different sport, sweetheart.
Yeah, I still know it's like to be 1 year away from losing a title. Okay.
The hell?
You went so robotic for me there. I didn't know a word you said.
You sounded just like a robot.
Really? I just said, I'm okay now? Am I okay now?
Yeah, you're fine now.
Yeah, you're good.
I said, I know what it's like to be 1 yard away of winning a title. That's what I said. Like Sam.
They're not 1 yard. They're farther.
It's basically the same thing.
Or a minute.
It's not.
Whatever. All right. So, I mean, you want to bring Mario in now?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm getting booted off, eh? Jerks.
No, you can stay on. You can stay
on.
I'll call him over. He ran away with our child.
The Super Mario accent makes everything better.
Actually, speaking of Super Mario, he once dressed up like that for Halloween, and I dressed up as princess. It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Why don't we have pictures of that?
Because we were both young. Stop that.
What a stalker.
What the hell?
Actually, wasn't it, Sam, didn't you put up that you're like 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've dated Mario your entire life.
Wow. Look at that.
That is.
And you saw Sporting win the last championship, and he didn't.
I didn't actually watch that. Sorry.
I did. 17 years ago.
You got their mama's belly.
No, they won it 2000. I was 1. So
Tony told him about it.
I'm pretty sure that you know everything about it. You were 1 year old.
I've got YouTube to see that. So
YouTube.
Was I not technically alive when that happened? Yes,
you were.
I was. So there
technically?
You go.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, fair enough.
Don't lie to me. You know you have it on VHS and you and your dad watch it every night.
And they have the popcorn and they just cry themselves to sleep like, why can't this happen again?
Hey, don't be mean. He'll bring up the Seahawks. Don't be mean.
He doesn't even think about it.
It's sad, but they didn't have Twitter back then. Or Facebook.
Luckily.
Or
Luckily.
YouTube. Or YouTube. Or MySpace. Or Skype. Or Messenger.
At least me and Rich get to reminisce about our UEFA Cup and then Champions League right after. Plus Europa League a couple of years ago.
And then there's Sporting.
I get to see us win the Champions League on Football Manager every night, so it's all good.
Okay, he's here.
That would be an elite tweet, Sam.
Peterson, do you mind? Mario's here. Jesus.
Sorry.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Mario.
Hey, look at this. Are you guys still
party.
live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Look at this. I haven't been on a podcast in a while. Old man Mario.
Kevin wanted to talk to you. I don't know why.
Because of my good looks, my boyish good looks.
Mario's a legend. These guys don't know this. These guys know the website Portugal.net.
There's Portugal.net?
Yeah. I'm always on there.
And I've seen for years, exactly. And I've seen for years this guy MDOT with good points. Like, I swear to God, I'm not even kidding. I'm like, wow, this guy's making the good point. And then fast forward to like Twitter years, and then there he is, Super Mario. I couldn't believe it. I asked him like, "Are you the MDOT Portugal?" He's like, "Yeah."
I haven't gone there in years. I used to actually be long story short, the moderator for Planet Benfica when the pre-Twitter days when the forums used to be like where people would chat. Mm-hmm. I did that for years, and nowadays Twitter's taking everything over, and I became an old man. I got no time, and yeah.
I mean, one of the best things you got going for you is your birthday date.
I love the birthday. It's fantastic.
Right?
I hear only the best people are born on that day.
I know.
No, that's a lie. Peter was born on that day. Can't be true.
Yeah, happy birthday to both of you, by the way. I don't think everybody knows that, but it was Peter and Mario's birthday yesterday, right? Yes, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do want to congratulate you guys on the pod. It's a good idea. I love it. It's a challenge bringing the different teams together, to be honest, because we're like a bunch of children freaking out at each other over the littlest thing. But it's all gold as long as people do good fun.
It's all a pack of wolves here. It's just hard to control all these guys. Trust me.
Speak for yourself, Peter, man.
But I do have to say, though, today was one of the best pods I think I've ever been a part of. It was so much fun. Yeah. And I have to...
obviously because of Cynthia.
Yeah, and you know whose fault that is? That was Kerry's fault. I have to shout her out for that because it was all her idea. She's like, "You guys need to get a woman on, and it better be Cynthia." So this is all Kerry's doing.
To be fair, it was all my idea. No, just kidding. I was.
I think Kevin's happy because he actually had some support this time. Another Portish to help him out.
Exactly, and
most of the time he's trying to defend himself, and he doesn't have nobody to help him out.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta go on this podcast and help him out here.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
The reason why Cynthia came in is because Zach couldn't make it. I tried Hugo because Hugo was supposed to come in if Sam couldn't make it. But Hugo said he was too tired to make it when I said that Sam was going to be on. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if I can get somebody else. And then I go on Cynthia's Twitter page, and I'm like, she hasn't tweeted all day. God damn it. I go on Mario's Twitter page. He hasn't tweeted all day. Then all of a sudden, Cynthia posts a tweet, and I'm like, okay, she's on. So I just immediately messaged her, like, Cynthia. And she ended up replying to me, and there she was. So that's how everything came along. It was really fun.
Yeah, she called me on. She calls me while I'm at work, finishing off a late meeting. She said, "You gotta get home soon. I gotta go on this podcast." What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, she did good with the kids though in the background, better than I do. Usually I start panicking. I look like the guy off the BBC with the kids running around.
Nah, she did quite well. They're women. They can multitask. We can't.
Yeah. She hits the mute button while she screams at them.
I can imagine. All right, Mario. It was not nice having Cynthia on. We hope to have you on. Why not? In a couple of weeks, maybe.
Yeah, you can harass me in a few weeks. We're gonna be off in Portugal, so hopefully we get some. I don't know how to say it, not face-to-face time, but get to meet a few people out there.
Where in Portugal are you going to be in?
We're going to the final home game for Benfica versus Vitória. Yeah, but
aren't you gonna try to go to a Boavista game?
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go the home game for Benfica against Guimarães. Then we're gonna go up north against Boavista for the final game, then the Taça, and then in between all that, gonna try to fit in as much as I can. I want to see if we can get to Algarve in time because I think Portimão, I can't pronounce her name now. Portimonense, that's it.
Yeah.
Right, it looks like they're gonna clinch that title, but yeah, just get as many clubs in as much as possible.
Yo, Mario, if you guys make it down here to the north before the Boavista game, hit me up.
Nice.
Don't worry about that. You gotta hit me up. But yeah, thank you for coming on, and thanks Cynthia for also coming on. Also thank Richard for coming on. I think you did quite well on your first ever podcast.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
He did great. And before you carry on, Peterson, I do want to thank Rich for coming on. He was great. I hope he can come on more often because I really like his input. Thank you to Cynthia. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you to Cynthia and Mario. These guys are always welcome whenever you want. So,
I mean, they're probably our favorite fans. I mean, they're always like tweeting. I mean, especially Cynthia is always tweeting at us. So, I mean, we had
Salty Sammer's a favorite.
Yeah, Salty
It's
Sam
not mine.
is a favorite worldwide. But I mean, we're going to be back next week, obviously, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Timo, because I've had this with him for like a while ago, and it looks like it's a go. I'm going to ask him again, but fingers crossed we have Timo right after the derby. It's going to be a really, really sweet podcast. And then, it just gets better on from that with Brandon, Justino, Eliseo, the man's going to be here. It's going to be really sweet. It's going to be an awesome end to the season. Once again, thank you everybody that came on as a guest. Rich, Cynthia, Mario, me, Kevin, and Sam would like to thank you guys. And, we're going to be back next week. And, it's going to be another good one.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Hold on, Peter. Before we go, I want Rich, if he has anything to say, or Cynthia or Mario, if they have anything else to say before we get off, give them the floor.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us on the pod. Cynthia was taking care of the little girl because she's having a little choking fit, but we do appreciate
Go
the
take care of that.
Yeah, multitasking, but it's good work. And I'll pop on here one of these days, so waste some of your time.
Awesome. Rich?
I just want to say thank you for having me on, guys. I love the podcast. I'll continue listening. I'll share it with my friends. If anybody wants to follow me, my Twitter handle is Mr. Rich Teixeira. And that's it. Thank you, guys.
The only problem is that his account's private. Maybe you should fix that. No, just
if he wants to, you can still request to follow him.
I know, I'm kidding. Jesus Christ, Kevin. Don't take everything so seriously. If you want to follow me on Twitter at Peter1678, at Sam Fonseca with double A, right? In the end.
Yep, correct.
At POR_soccer, at, Rich Teixeira, whatever. He gave his handle like a second ago.
Mr. Rich Teixeira.
Okay. at m.slb, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And
Simba, it's the missus. It's CIMBA 242 for the missus there. Get her count up.
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
for the missus.
At Simba 242, like Mario said. We'll be back next week where hopefully we're going to be with Timo. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. It's how fun to be in. And we'll be back next week.
Ciao.
Get me back in the group, Tim.